Are you guys ready? I think they might be ready. Hey Joshua. Hey Naeem. Abdul Malik. So when I say native, you say Dean. Native. Native. All right, we're gonna try to bring Native Dean here with us on stage, inshallah. 1, 2, 1, 2. Once again, my name is Tariq Snare, and I'm the drummer for Native Dean. And Native Dean, those three brothers, Joshua Salam, Abdul Malik Ahmed, and Naeem Mohammed, those brothers gave me Shahada 10 years ago. This is why I'm here today. So when they say my faith, I want you to say faith. And I want you to say my voice.
This is my faith.
Faith.
My voice.
Voice.
My faith. My voice. Don't care what they say. It's my voice. My faith. My voice.
Me and my community, we work hard. Every opportunity to break walls, fighting on the lunacy that they cause. Respect here to you and me, the same God, giving you the right facts. We keep repeating that this time has been hijacked. We ain't like that. There's a lunatic goes on a rampage, using violence, and I'm outraged. This is senseless and it's gruesome. Please don't let this be a Muslim. Oh man, we're all vilified. This saying was savages, uncivilized. Islam means peace. Nah, that's a front. It's all deceit till they get what they want. Don't trust them, even the nice ones. Wait till the right comes. Mike Tyson, not bad. The KKK and the Timothy McVeigh's militia brigades, the old crusades, they are all renegades from the faith that you claim. It is them you should blame. I don't blame you. You should refrain to believe when we say that it ain't true.
I know what they call us. They'll try to blame on us. But I know how the prophet lived in. I know what he taught us. My faith, my voice. My faith, my voice. Don't care what they say. It's my voice. My faith, my voice.
Come, you're invited to see the real picture. Nothing hiding, here's a free scripture. We ain't gonna hurt you, try to convert you, just so you know how easily they trick you. And all of the lessons of those 19 men, don't build a mosque cause it might be them. The same kind of talk of Bin Laden. Get 'em, guilt by association. Mosques being vandalized, cats being vandalized, bigots, racists like zombies, they come alive. Stop the hate, y'all, let's join the same team. I love this land, my people are dream. Go use the same steam for you to stay clean. Our earth to stay green, we want the same thing. Burning books, extinguish disease. Help spark the flame to help children in need. You will be your food, I will be mine. Let's live in peace, my salam. Peace all the time for all of mankind. That's on my mind, my master plan. Check it, that's my master plan. Yeah, that's my master plan.
I know what they call us. They'll try to blame on us. But I know how the prophet lived in. I know what he taught us. My faith, my voice. My faith, my voice. Don't care what they say. It's my voice. My faith, my voice. I know what they call us. They'll try to blame on us. But I know how the prophet lived in. I know what he taught us. I know what they call us. They try to blame on us. I know how the prophet lived in. I know what he taught us. My faith, my voice. My faith, my voice. Don't care what they say. It's my voice, my faith, my voice. This is my faith, my voice, my faith, my voice. Don't care what they say. It's my voice,
up for Native Dean for coming to see us today. Give it up for Native Dean. I've been blessed to be here today. Okay, because of, thank you very much, thank you very much. Okay. Now the main thing I want you to know about me is that I love 4 things. There are 4 main things that I really, really love. You want me to tell you? Okay. I really, really, really love children. Children is one of my first loves. Okay? Now for children, it is my responsibility for all of the children to share what I have. My talents that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have bestowed upon me by writing this book. I created this book because all of the shows I go to, so many kids are saying, Tariq, I want to learn how to play drums. Tariq, can I play drums? It's like 10 of y'all already said, please give me some sticks, I want to play drums. So this book is called Kids Can Play Hip Hop Drums, and it teaches kids how to play drums, all right? And I'm going to introduce you really shortly of my family, okay? This is called the drum set. This is the drum set. Now everybody say bass drum. Okay, good. The bass drum is the biggest drum on the drum set. This one, I'm gonna teach everybody by the time we come back for the second segment, this drum set is gonna be on the stage and everybody's gonna learn piece by piece how to play drums, inshallah. Everybody say bass drum. Somebody say snare drum. Say snare drum. Say hi-hat. Say hi-hat. Now those are the 3 main things on the drum set. It's the bass drum, the snare drum, and the hi-hat. Now that's what you see I have over there for you. The bass drum, snare drum, and the hi-hat. And with those 3 drums, you can play beats like this. Okay. Now, everybody knows how to count to 4, right? Let's say you count to 4. Okay, good. How about in Arabic? واحد اثنين ثلاثة أربعة واحد اثنين ثلاثة أربعة. Now, check that. Those 4 numbers, you can play the drums. If you can remember that the bass drum, everybody say bass drum. The bass drum goes on 1 and 3, and the snare drum goes on 2 and 4. So everybody say 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3. Now 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sounds simple, doesn't it? Does it sound easy? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have your right hand, your left hand, and your feet. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and your hi-hat is your right hand. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay?
Now when I'm doing my drum workshops, when we like something, when somebody does something right, I say, Alhamdulillah, you say Lillah. Okay, that means, oh, he's doing it right. Okay, Tariq, come, have a seat. Give it up for Tariq, y'all, give it up for Tariq. What grade are you in?
10th grade. 10th grade.
He's a sophomore in high school, so he's gonna show us. Now everybody say 1, 2, 3, 4. So the bass drum is played on what numbers? Were you paying attention? Let's see if you was paying attention.
1 and 3.
1 and 3, that's right. Alhamdulillah. You ready? Let's count for him. Just the bass drum. Put your foot on the bass drum here. It's gonna be 1 and 3. Ready? No, nothing else, just the bass drum. It's gonna be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. This is very, very important. These drums have taken me all over the world. To Al-Aqsa, to Egypt, to Saudi Arabia, because of these drums. So it's my duty to teach children, okay? You ready? Let's hear the bass drum first. Let's hear the bass drum. Just hit it once. Yes. Good. So if we count, everybody let's count for Tariq. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. Now let's try to see if he can add the snare drum on 2 and 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. All right, you slow down like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, give it up. Give it up for Tariq, everybody. Give it up for Tariq. Very good. Okay. How much time we have for me? 5, okay, good. Now the main objective, everybody sit down. Please sit down, stay seated. Stay seated, stay seated. Now before we go any further, it's very important that everybody know that drums come from living organisms, okay? The drums are made of wood, right? The drums are made of wood, and the original drums had animal skins on them. So you have trees and animals. This drum set is a tree and an animal, actually, okay? Okay, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody to come up and play 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and واحد اثنين ثلاثة أربعة واحد اثنين ثلاثة أربعة. Okay, one more person. Now, the first person that came up was Tariq, right? Whoa. Now the people that come up and do what I ask them to do, they're gonna get 1 pair of sticks. Now the sticks and the book will be for sale, inshallah. And our main objective is to have many people on the stage with us playing Not Afraid to Stand Alone by Native Deen, inshallah, inshallah. Huh? Because you're not sitting down, okay, you're not sitting down. Yes. You have to sit down, you have to sit down. The sister right here, yes, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, please. Tariq, these are for you, inshallah. Come on. See? Okay. All right, tell everybody your name. This is Suha. Have you ever played drums before? Never. Now, it's not, the drums are not just for boys. Everybody knows who Beyonce is. Beyonce sings. She has a group that are all female. Female guitar, female drums, female bass. Okay? Come have a seat. Okay, wait. Wait, stand up, stand up.
Okay, have a seat. Now the main thing we're trying to do is inspire somebody to take the arts serious. It's so important that we instill the arts in our kids. Okay? Put your foot here. Bass drum first, yes. Yeah, press it hard. Good, that's very good. Wow, that's very good. Now on 1 and 3, we're gonna count to 4, but only on 1 and 3 you're gonna play the bass drum. Ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's great. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you ready for the left hand on the snare drum? It's 2 and 4 like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Good, try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 1. That's good. Try it again. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3. This is very good, very good. Showing she has rhythm. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Alhamdu. Alhamdu. Now let's see if you can follow them. Subhan. Alhamdu. La ilaha. Muhammadun. Alhamdu. Subhan. La ilaha. Muhammadun. Suha, give her a hand for Suha. These drumsticks are for you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Okay, we have a few minutes. I want to hear everybody. What is the name of this drum? Everybody say snare drum. Say bass drum. Say hi-hat. Alhamdu. Alhamdu. Subhan. Good. Alhamdu. Alhamdu. Subhan. La ilaha. Muhammadun. Subhan. La ilaha. Muhammadun. Thank you. Now when we come back later on, these drums are going to be on the stage and we're going to play together and we're going to learn how to play I Am Not Afraid to Stand Alone. Okay, with Native Dean on the screen. Are you ready for that? Alhamdu. Subhan. La ilaha. Muhammadun. Now Suha, you have a pair of sticks, right? You earned those sticks. Give it up for Suha. And Tarek has a pair of sticks. Where did Tarek go? Oh, he has his sticks there? Good. Okay, we have the drumsticks, many pairs of drumsticks for sale, because I want to encourage as many children to support the arts, to pursue the arts. And I have my book that teaches how to play drums and notes. And in the next segment, I'm going to show you the notes written right on the screen for the drum beats. Okay? Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Once again, thank you to our drummer from Native Deen, Tariq Snare. Just to let you know, we still have 3 major segments coming up, inshallah. Ustad Yahya Hawas coming back to the stage. We also, up next, we have Azhar Usman, our second comedian, and also Tariq Snare, as he promised, he will go back to the stage. So are you guys ready for our second comedian? Our next up is a well-known stand-up comedian. He has been around the globe producing lots of different shows. He is also the co-founder of the well-known, famous movie show, stand-up comedy, Allah Made Me Funny. Again, Azhar Usman is our own stand-up comedy comedian. He is from Chicago, originally from India. So please help me welcome our second comedian for the night, Azhar Usman.
All right, thank you, brother. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I heard someone told me that there was some Yemeni people here tonight. Is that true? MashaAllah. MashaAllah. I don't know why you scream so much. Is that a Yemeni thing? So you're telling me if I go to Yemen, like Hadramaut, and I get off the plane, people will just be in the airport like, ah! Is that what happens in Yemen? Oh, okay, you scream when you say no too, I got it. Can I ask you for a favor? Because I thought it was funny that like Muhammad Amr was trying to tell you jokes. And you were excited to hear him, right? You were excited? But then you didn't listen. He was trying to tell jokes, he goes, and he was trying to talk and relax. Everybody be cool. Just be cool, baby, be cool. Eid Mubarak. Eid Kareem. Eid Saeed. Kullu aam wa antum bikhair. Happy Eid. The last one is what I want to talk about. We have to stop these white people from saying Happy Eid. Happy Eid is corny. They're trying to make a Merry Christmas. They're trying to make it into Happy Eid. The reason is because we have not given our American brothers and sisters who are not Muslims, we haven't given them an easy way to greet us for Eid. Eid Mubarak is too confusing. Just say Eid Mubarak. Is that Hosni Mubarak's little brother? I thought he was in jail or something. Didn't we kick him out? The Egyptians, very excited for the revolution. That's right, give it up for the Arab Spring and the revolution, bringing down all the tyrants. Allah bring down the rest of them. Allah bring down the rest of them. That's right, we have a message for Bashar Assad, right? He needs to make Tawbah. If he does not, that guy is going to burn in the depths of hell. Allahumma salli ala nabi. And here's the bottom line. We have to give a better greeting because we confuse our neighbors when Eid comes along. Have you ever thought about how confusing it must be to be a neighbor of a Muslim or a co-worker or a professor or an employer, and your Muslim worker comes to work like, hey, listen, I have to have a day off for my Eid holiday. It's my most important holiday. I have to have a day off. Hey, no problem. What day is it? I have no idea. Yeah, it could be Tuesday, it could be Wednesday, okay? Maybe Thursday, it's possible. If you follow Saudi, it could be Monday, I'll tell you what, just give me the whole week off. Give me the whole week. Eid week, holiday week. It's crazy, man. We make it very confusing for people. We don't explain ourselves. We just think everybody's racist. Everybody's not racist. Some people are just curious and they're confused. And so when I walk down the street, this happens to me on a regular basis. People ask me questions. But they don't come up to me, they just shout across the street. I was walking down the sidewalk, this guy was like, "Is it real? Is it real?" I was like, "Is what real? Is existence real? No, is it real?" I was like, "Oh no, it's a clip-on. I just wear it on the weekends." My other personal favorite question, people ask me this all the time, even Muslims ask me like, "What does it feel like, man? You're rocking a big old beard in civilization? What does it feel like?" I'll tell you what it feels like. Mean people look at me and wonder if I might be a terrorist. And nice people look at me and wonder if I play for the San Francisco Giants. You gotta know about baseball for that joke. Some of the older crowd are like, "I don't know baseball." But who is Giants? Jolly Green Giant? Who is Giant? The New York Giants, also very confusing, I agree. So if you don't understand the San Francisco Giants reference, that's okay. You can just Google it. Just go to Google. Google is amazing, right? Google has changed our lives forever. Think about how many unnecessary debates have been ended by Google in a matter of seconds. Two people argue, "It was 1942. La, 1941. Hold on a minute. 1934. We're both wrong. I was about to punch you in the face, even though both of us are wrong. I'm sorry." Arabs are beautiful people. Let me hear the proud Arabs in the crowd. If you're Arab and you're proud to be Arab, make some noise. Oh my God. Oh my God. Subhanallah. You do realize there's video footage. Shh, relax. This is how excited Arabs are. They get excited about being Arab, then they get excited about being Arab. You gotta calm down because there's video footage here, and if the government gets this footage, we're all going to jail. Tell me who's proud to be Arab. What? You kidding? Do you have any idea if this footage was recorded and sent to the government? 1,000 Arabs have assembled inside of a dark room with a fat, hairy man standing at the front of the stage, indoctrinating them, screaming about being proud Arabs. Ladies and gentlemen, the Arab Spring has come to Detroit. That's right, I didn't realize there were so many Yemeni people here. This is Yemen, Michigan. You people are amazing, you've taken over. Yemen, Michigan is in his house, Phil Bait. Arabs, I love you, and I want to tell you something. I love Arabs because I am Arab. What? I love Arabs because I am Arab. You don't believe me? You don't believe me? من يتكلم اللغة العربية فهو عرب. صح أو لا؟ يا أيها العرب، يا أيها العرب. صح أو لا؟ هذا حديث شريف من صلى الله عليه وسلم. You people are confused. You don't understand, man. I love Arabs. That's why I study Arabs. And I want to tell you something truthful from the heart. Can I be honest? Can I be honest? Don't get mad. Arab men have some hot blood. That's right, I said it. All the Arab women are like, it's true. Oh, it's true. All the Arab women are like, yes, it's true. He's right. هو هندي ولكن صح بالضبط. It's true. Let me tell you something. You know why? Arab men have some hot blood. The proof is, no matter what they're talking about, somehow the temperature starts to rise. Temperature starts to rise, man. I think Arab men might have the same gene as Latina women. Because no matter what they're talking about, temperature starts to rise. I know an Egyptian dude in Chicago, he's a beautiful man. No matter what he's talking about, he starts getting hot. He was giving a lecture, he goes, "We have to love each other! We have to love each other!" I was like, I'm not feeling the love right now. Your love feels kind of like hate. A little less love, please. But I learned a magic trick. If you ever find yourself in a situation with the Arab brother, temperature's getting too high, you can always calm him down and calm down the situation. It's a little magic trick. You just go like this, you just go. I don't know what this is. Upside down pinch of salt, brother. Ya akhi, have some hummus. Kebab, ya akhi. It's like pulling a string from heaven, brother, ya akhi. What is it? Asi? If the guy's totally out of control, you gotta go two hands. I'll see. Ya akhi. من فضلك يا أخي. We have to love it. يعني love, we have to love, we have to love. And Egyptians, man, I love Egyptians. I spent time in Egypt. Are there any proud Egyptian people here? We got a few of them, I saw them. Make some noise if you're proud Egyptian. Thank you, 17 people out of 1,000, representing 60 million. Thank you for coming tonight. Egyptians, I love you, but I want to speak honestly. Egyptian brothers and sisters, you're not African American. Stop trying to pretend. I have all these Egyptian friends say, "Yo, what's up, dawg? What's going on, dawg? Yeah, كيف حالك? بقول لك إيه? خذ بالك يا مصري, خذ بالك." And then they argue like, "Hey man, Egypt is part of Africa." Yeah, Mexico's part of North America. What's your point? Nobody cares. Stop trying to get the scholarships. And the Syrian brothers and sisters, our hearts are heavy for what is happening right now in Syria. Let us all make dua. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala relieve the suffering of our brothers and sisters. Ameen. And Syrians, I love you, but I want to tell you something. You're not white. Stop trying to pretend with your blonde hair and your blue eyes. Undercover Arab. I got these undercover Arab friends, man. Syrian brother, he works in corporate America. He was there for like 10 years. Nobody knew he was Arab. He had a code name like Mo. Nobody figured it out. And then one year he screwed up. He took his wife to the holiday party. She wears hijab. He was out. All of his co-workers like, "Oh my God, I thought he was Jewish. I've been sending him Hanukkah cards for the last 10 years. And the Palestinians, I want to give a round of applause and a shout out to the Palestinians and the Palestinian struggle. That's right. Love my Palestinian brothers and sisters, man. I wanted to show solidarity with the Palestinian cause, so I went out and bought myself a hatta. That's right, not to be confused with the batta. You gotta know Arabic for that joke. All the sellout Arabs are like, I don't understand. Hatta, man, a black scarf, black and white checkered Palestinian scarf. I was rocking that scarf in the middle of Chicago. It was freezing cold on a winter day. I was getting cold. I said, man, I better protect myself from the cold weather. I started wrapping myself up. People started screaming, running away from me. I was like, what's wrong with you racist people, man? You act like you never saw a cold Indian man before. We don't have snow in India. I almost got arrested. I love my parents. A round of applause for all our parents. Come on. It's Eid. It's time to be happy. Let me tell you something, man. Since I was a little kid and I was outrageous and out of control just like all of you, ever since I was a little kid, my dad always told me the same thing. Like, one day you will become a father. One day you will be a father. Then you will understand. And when I was a little kid, I was like, what is he talking about? Now I'm a fat, hairy, old Indian man. I have kids, and now finally I understand. And what I understand is kids are crazy. Parents, am I right? Kids are out of control. Kids, from the moment the kid arrives, they start, he goes, boo. No, don't take it in a bad way, it's true, and I'm gonna explain to you why. From the moment a kid arrives, from the moment the baby arrives, they can only have milk for the first few months. Only milk. And then they throw up. And we get upset. That's not fair. What if someone did that to you? You go to your friend's house in Toledo for the weekend, like, hey, what's for lunch, man? Milk. Can I have a snack? I'm kind of hungry. Milk. Well, what's for dinner tonight? Milk. Wake you up 3 in the morning. Milk. Blah. You would throw up too, that's all I'm saying. A little too much milk. And then kids start walking. It's always fun to watch a kid walk. Because you're an adult by that point, and you forget that you were once a kid who couldn't walk, and watching a kid. It's like, this kid is 10 months old, he's Muslim, and he's drunk. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Who gave this kid haram ingredients? And then they start talking. That's the next thing. Kids, when they start talking, parents get so excited, like, oh my God, he's talking, he's talking. Come on, say more, say more. Once they start talking, never shut up. Daddy, 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 daddy. Like, who are you talking to? Oh, I'm the daddy. I'm sorry, I forgot. I just start tuning out your voices. And here's the secret I'm going to tell you, kids. I know you guys are Arab kids, mostly Arab audience here. How many of you kids, be honest, how many of your parents spank you or slap you or, you know, pinch you or twist your ear or smack you in the back of the head? How many? Be honest. It's all being filmed, don't worry. You can use it to blackmail your parents in the future. My parents didn't really hit me, they just scared me. And my mom, she wouldn't hit me, she would go like this, ah! And I would always be, because I didn't know when the second half one day was going to surprise me. I was always scared of that second half. My dad slapped me one time. He slapped me straight up across the face. I was 5 years old. I totally deserved it. But if I tell you what happened, all of you will hate me and hate my dad. So I'm not going to tell you the story. I will tell you at the end. I will tell you at the end if you sit quietly until the end. How about that? How about that? Is that a deal? No deal, he said. He thinks we're on a game show. Deal or no deal. Let's call the banker. Let's see what he says. Oh, the banker's Jewish. Oops. Astaghfirullah, it's only the truth. Kids, I love my boys. I have 4 boys. By the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, please make dua for my boys. Allah protect them. Allah keep them. Make dua for all of our children, man. Yeah, my boys are 11, 9, 6, and 4, according to the Gregorian calendar. Islamic calendar, 12, 10, 7, and 5. And I always tell them that, like, you know, listen, you have to know your Islamic birthday, because that's real time. The other one's fake. It's just made up. It's like a fake Rolex. You got it on the street for $6. It's not real. It's a little too much for you, but you asked. I was talking about kids and parents. The reason I brought it up is because I love my parents. All of us should love our parents. And we have to respect our parents. My dad is a wonderful man. I love him so much. But everybody I met in India over the age of 50 reminded me of my dad. Because my dad has been living in America for 40 years. He speaks English just fine, but he managed to screw up certain expressions just a little bit, right? It gives him away. Like, he's been living in America 40 years. He speaks English just fine. In English, we say, what's wrong with it? My dad says, what's wrong in it? What's wrong with it? What's wrong in it? When I was 13 years old, my dad tried to force me to buy girls' boots. You could probably guess why. They were on sale. It's a true story. We're standing in the shopping mall. He's arguing with me like, what's the matter? It's a girl's boot. Nobody even know. What's the big deal? What's wrong in it? What's wrong in it? After 10 minutes of arguing, I was like, me, I'm wrong in it. My feet in those shoes, wrong in it. But he had the last laugh. He had the last laugh. He always does. Because he's the dad. Never forget. Kids, you will never outsmart your dad. Even when you think you're outsmarting your dad, he just goes in his room and laughs. One day he will understand. That's me nowadays. I just let my kids think that they trick me. Like, I say, where's your iPod 5? Oh no, I put it away. Oh, okay, yeah. One day he would understand. One day. And that'll be the day. But here's the thing about my dad. My dad is awesome, man. He's a typical Indian father, which means he's hilarious. He just has no idea. He does the funniest stuff unintentionally. This is a true story. My dad is a veterinarian, okay? You know what a veterinarian is? A doctor for animals, okay? He has a little animal hospital. People bring their pets. This guy called on the phone one time. He was crying on the phone like, Doc, you gotta help me. What is it? There's nothing funny, you're just racist. What is it? It's my dog. He bit me. Is the dog okay? Let me check. He checks out the dog. Yeah, dog's okay. Why are you calling me? Technically, he's exactly right, you know? Why you gotta kick a man when he's down? My dad always has the last laugh. When he was trying to force me to buy girls' boots, I was trying to convince him to buy me the Nike Air Jordans. I'm talking about the original. You guys are too young to remember the original Jordans, right? Red, black, white, swoosh on the side, right? Jordan. I went to my dad. I was like, Abu. That's what I call my dad. Shut up. I was like, Abu, can I get these shoes? And how much does it cost? It's the first question an Indian father asks when you ask for anything. It can never be cheap enough. I'm like, it's free. Are they gonna pay you? What? I was like, can I get these shoes? How much does it cost? I was like, $100. What? Are you crazy? $100 for shoes? Same shoe in India, $5. That's a true story. It took me to India that summer to a little hole-in-the-wall store. This guy pulled out a pair of shoes, swear to God, looked exactly like the real thing. A red, black, white, swoosh on the side, Jordan. Everything was exactly the same until I looked carefully at the tongue of the shoe. It said, nice. He pulled out a pair of shoes that had 3 stripes, said, Abibas. Tony Hilfiger. What? Doesn't even sound right, man. I love my dad. I love my parents. My mom, I love my mom so much, man. I love my mom so much. But I'm going to admit something today. I love my mom. I hate calling my mom on the phone. There, I said it. That is my jihad and nafs. I'll tell you why. I love my mom. I hate calling my mom on the phone because it's always the same conversation. I call my mom. She'd be like, Beta, why don't you call me? You should call me. You never call me. And I'm like, I just called you. I'm actually talking to you right now because I called you. You should call me. What's wrong in it? What's wrong in it if you call me? There's nothing wrong in it. I love you. I was just calling to say that I should call you more. You should call me, it's true. Okay, I love you. Khud Hafiz. Done. Khud Hafiz. Khud Hafiz means Khuda Hafiz. Khuda is a Persian name of Allah. So it's like God protect you. That's what it means. Khuda Hafiz. Nobody knew that? You guys just thought, we just thought it was some random sounds. Khud Hafiz. Qadafis. It's a prayer. It's like assalamu alaikum. God be with you. So I love my parents. Now here's, I want to tell you a story. I love my parents so much. And my parents worry about me because I travel a lot being a comedian, right? And one time their worries were actually bona fide. Because going to the airport nowadays, if you're a Muslim and you look like a Muslim, you're not undercover Arab, it is a scary time to go to the airport. People are scared of us? No, no, no. I'm scared of the airport. Because they scare you in the airport. You walk in the airport, they got those scary signs. If you see something, say something. If you see something, say something. I see a lot of things. I see people everywhere. I see a sign that says, if you see something, say something. I see police. I see myself in the mirror. If you see something, say something. That's the rule. That's the instructions. Most ambiguous set of instructions ever. If you see something, so I start talking to myself like, I should say something. I should say something. Since I see something, what should I say? Say something. What's something? Anything. Say something. Say anything. Allahu Akbar! I'm gonna get killed. I'm gonna get killed. I'm gonna get shot in the airport. That's what I'm scared of. I have a fantasy that I'm very scared of. And here's the truth, people. Here's the truth. Whenever I go to the counter and I have to put my bag on the conveyor belt at airport security, if you're like me, I get scared. I get nervous. My heart starts racing like, oh my God, what's gonna happen now? What's gonna happen now? Nothing's gonna happen now, silly. There's nothing in your bag. I know, but still, I don't trust anybody in the airport. And they try to force you to go through the line. Have you been in this situation? Anybody who flies a lot, you know what I'm talking about? You put your bag on the conveyor belt and the TSA people are like, you can come through, sir. You can come through. They want you to stand inside that machine. And I don't go through until my bag goes through. You know why? Because I don't want to go through and then somebody puts something in my bag. Next thing I know, Guantanamo Bay. I don't trust anybody. So I wait till my bag goes through, and one time the bag got stuck, and the lady was like, come on, sir, you can come through. You can come through. I said, no, I'm gonna wait I'm just gonna wait a minute. No, come on, sir, you're holding up come on through. I said, no, I'm just gonna wait for come on. I said, no, I'm not coming through. I let some people go ahead of me. Finally, my bag came through. I came through, but it became a scene. Everybody was looking at me like, well, who is this guy? Why is he so, Everybody was looking at me. So I felt like I had to defend myself, you know? And I swear to God, true story, there was a black guy working at the TSA on the other side. When I came out, I said, hey, brother, let me tell you something. I don't trust these white people. And he goes, I feel you, brother. I feel you, dog. I was like, thank you. Thank you, brother, for having my back. Even though you're a TSA worker, he was my witness in my own made-up court where I was getting prosecuted for something that was in my bag that I didn't put in the bag because I went through the security before my bag. So he was on my side. Whenever I go to the airport, I'm sure you have the same experience. As soon as you walk in, heads turn simultaneously. Security, we got a Muhammad at 4 o'clock. 10-4, over and out. You get the smelly one, I got the hairy one. Excuse me, sir, can I see your ID? My middle name actually is Muhammad. That's like his joke, right? You're coming with me. It's always scary, man. The airport is not a fun place. I don't want to talk about that anymore. I want to talk about Eid, because Eid is a happy time, and I'm so happy. Wallahi al-Azim. God is my witness. When I heard that there was so many people came here to celebrate Eid, it made me very happy. You know why? You know why? Because when we were kids growing up in America, we didn't have any Eid celebration with comedians and pizza and a bunch of people getting together. Oh no, we didn't have Eid like that. Oh no, we had a very different time. My dad would sit me down. Beta, you're gonna starve for 1 month. That's Ramadan. Then I'm gonna take you to an empty parking garage to pray Eid namaz. Let's go. That's a holiday. What are you talking about? That's punishment. Get in the car, stop crying. That's a holiday. Eid Mubarak. Eid Mubarak. If anybody asks, Eid is the word die spelled backwards. Get in the car, let's go. Eid Mubarak. That's a holiday. We do a horrible job. We don't explain ourselves to anybody. We don't make Eid fun for our kids. We got to do a better job. Alhamdulillah, the organizers of this event, you're doing a much better job than one generation ago. Congratulations. But we have to do a better job explaining ourselves, explaining our religion, explaining our beliefs to other people. We don't do a good job. We confuse them. Let me give you an example. I love to read. I read beautiful books about Islam, about religion. I can't share them with my friends who are not Muslims. You know why? They'll just be confused because we don't explain what all the word. They'll just be reading the book and then the Prophet Puba. Is it peanut butter? I'm not sure. Puba. We don't explain it. P-B-U-H. You have to just magically figure out it's an abbreviation of an English translation of an Arabic phrase. We don't explain it. Prophet Puba. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Then we just read the book, and then Allah, sweet. S-W-T, sweet. No. It's an abbreviation of a transliteration of an Arabic phrase. We don't explain it. We have to do a much better job explaining ourselves to people who are not Muslim. I got an email from this dude. I'm so sick of these Muslim abbreviations, right? Muslim abbreviation, ASA. What's that? Salam alaikum. Lowercase I, capital A, inshallah. Lame, that's corny. Please stop with these Muslim abbreviations. We have to write out the whole thing. It's actually a dua, and it brings blessing into your life to write out the whole thing. Did you know that? I got an email from this brother. He didn't even write his name at the bottom of the email. You know what he wrote? YBII. Anybody want to guess? YBII. Your brother in Islam. I thought it was an African guy called Ibi. I just wrote him back like, N-A, not anymore. You gotta figure it out, because he wasted an hour of my life. I want that hour of my life back. Traveling everywhere. I've got to go to India to go tell jokes and travel all over the country last year. It was a beautiful experience, but I want to tell you something. I was so ignorant. I grew up in Chicago my whole life. I had been to India, but I never traveled around India. I didn't realize everybody in the big cities of India speaks English. What? Yes. They were colonized by the British for so long, everybody speaks English. But speak English kind of funny. Like my dad. What's wrong in it? This guy gave me his business card. He goes, just you call me. I was like, what? Just you call me. Just you call me on my mobile only. Then I will explain you. I was like, you can't explain me, baby. I'm an enigma. Wrapped in a puzzle. And after all the traveling we've done, man, by the grace of Allah, Allah has taken Muhammad Amir, preacher Moss, who couldn't be here tonight, and this Fakir Azhar Usman all over the planet, making people laugh. And I want to leave you with some final thoughts, if you would allow me, as I think I'm almost out of time. You guys have been a wonderful audience for staying quiet. Round of applause for the kids in the front. Come on, make some noise. And the kids, I'm proud of you. You did a good job. You did a good job. You know what? I didn't forget about the slap. Relax. I told you I'm going to conclude now. You guys have a good memory, mashallah. Good students. I'm going to tell you the story, relax. Before I tell you the story, I want to share something from the heart. It's something I used to talk about 10 years ago in my comedy. I haven't talked about it for 10 years, but I realize it's important. It's important for us as Muslims in the United States to remind ourselves of this beautiful fact. We have such a beautiful community in America. We have every color of the rainbow, every language on the earth, every ethnicity, every culture, Muslimin, mu'mineen from all over this planet coming to America and building their lives. It's a beautiful thing, alhamdulillah. And I love the fact that our community is so diverse. You can tell how diverse our Muslim community is just by listening to the way people say salam to each other. Listen carefully. Go to a mosque, you see an African American Muslim brother be like, Salaam alaikum, ak. Salaikum salam. How's it going, ak? They got their own word. Aki, gesundheit. If you wait a minute, you see one of the white Muslim brothers, right, Caucasian convert brother, Salaam alaikum, brother Baba, how the heck are ya? Wa alaikum salam, doing just fabulous. Hamdulillah, hamdulillah. If you wait a minute, you see one of the Arab brothers, right? I'm talking about the original, heavy set, right? Thin beard, real guttural. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.